welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks and yeah, it's for good reason. Still a lot of building work going on at home, so time and space is a problem. There's a lot going on with work as well, but yeah, so today's episode, the plan is fit a chain, because I've got a new chain, clean up the wiring loom, fit the wiring loom roughly, just try and get it looking a bit more like a bike. I mean, that's the general idea, well, the general idea, isn't it? But yeah, it'd be nice to get a lot of it in place. I was looking at this the other day, and there's some of the bits for the engine, like the power valve brackets and all that kind of gubbins, and those bits didn't get vapor blasted, and the engine just looks so good vapor blasted that I'm wondering if it's worth getting them done. But at the same time, I'm concerned that I don't want them getting holes blown in them because I won't be able to replace them. So I'm in two minds. But yeah, let's have a quick look at the bike, and then we'll look at making some progress on it. So here we go. This is how it looks currently. Box of bits, more bits in there. There's another box of bits somewhere else. I need to find all the correct bolts to put the starter and ignition pickups on. I've got a brand new chain in there. So let's get to putting a sprocket on and just making sure that that chain fits as a first step. There we go, one nice golden black did chain. Yeah, let's get it out. 110 links is the standard one, I believe. It's crazy. You go on like Fowler's website for this exact chain, they want like £300. It's nuts. This was 60 quid, and that's roughly what it costs in general for this chain with this amount of links. Nuts. Right. Oh, I need to put the sprocket on here. So I'm going to chuck the sprocket on, and then we'll get the chain out and see if it fits. Now I know that the wheel isn't all the way forward, so that might be a problem, but it shouldn't. It might be okay. Oh, I still need to fit the chain guard. Let's do that afterwards, because I don't know where it is. It does look good. Do love a gold chain. But I need to get the protector in there. Right, next job. Bolt this in. Finish cleaning this wiring loom and try and get it clipped up into place. You can see it's like all dirty. It was a lot worse than this. I went over it with WD, but I need to go with some electrical cleaner and get all the dirt out of the actual plug holes. So I'm going to do that off camera because no one wants to see that. And then we can start routing things back into its place. I do need to order jets and stuff for the carbs, because if you remember, I had to drill a couple of them apart and they were just a bit mullered, so it'd be good to get some new ones. Someone did link me to a spreadsheet with all the carb settings for all the different models. I need to find that so I know what I'm ordering, because when I got them out they were too mangled to read, and I'm pretty sure they have different different jets for the front and rear cylinder. Rear cylinder normally runs a bigger jet from memory, more fuel to keep it cooler. I think that's right. But yeah, so maybe if you know that those settings or got a link, then feel free to let me know. Right, I'm gonna go get on with cleaning this wiring loom next. A bit of a mess, but got the wiring loom sort of in place. Not entirely sure I've routed it correctly. Up here, along here, and then under. Let me know if that's wrong, because I want to correct that. Just started to bolt up the thermostat, water housing, and the power valve servo. So I'm just gonna get that bolted in, and then I should probably look to get these mounted on. I need to find the screws. This, get the wood rough key in, get the flywheel on, and then look at getting the power valves on. I've not done too much with the setup on the Yamaha power valves. I've done the 3MA, that was a while ago now. So yeah, I'm gonna get that bolted on. Then we'll come back to this. I'll come back when we're sorting this bit out. So something really important I need to do, remove this, because everyone knows you modify and upgrade before it works. So I'm going to get this off and stick a carbon fibre one on, because it's just going to look better. That's the old one off, and there we go. That looks better. Got the front one to do. Let's get that done next. Not at the minute, but yeah, that looks smart, doesn't it? Does look smart. I think, yeah. Unfortunately, I think the bodywork that I've got for it is going to let it down. So I'm going to maybe look to get it painted. Maybe I'll buy something else. I'm undecided. Right, we've got one more bit. And that goes like that. So let's get that fitted. Actually, I might need to find the rubber chain guard that goes on here. Do that first. That might be a tomorrow job. Get that on, do that. Then got this collection of brackets. What's annoying is I found a load that need powder coating that haven't been powder coated. So I'm not even going to be able to fit them all, but yeah. Get that done. And then she looks a little bit prettier. Actually, it looks really nice at the minute. Quite happy with how it looks. All right, back to it. Right, it's the next morning. I'm just having a look at some of the nuts and bolts and stuff I've got. I've just put bolts in here, screws in here, bracket, so the flywheel can go on next, or you know, in that area. I've rejigged the wiring loom slightly. I found some mounting holes under here and up here and for the plastic clips to go into. However, I might have lost one of the original one of these, because this, or the one, it's not that one, but the one I was trying didn't want to fit into the hole, but that could be because of the powder coat. It might not, it might just be a drain hole, I don't know. But I'm gonna pass over that, if not, cable tie. Gonna put the clocks on there, like so. Got the little bush and bolts. Get that on, get the cable attached. I mean, this isn't bolted in properly, that's not bolted in. I just want to get things roughly where they need to be. The other solenoid, need to find a bolt for that. That goes up there. Yeah, so I'm gonna do it in the background and then come back and show you what I've done. We'll go from there. Bit of progress. Flywheel's on. I've roughly put the power valves in. I'm not sure on the orientation that these are meant to go, so I need to go and check the manual. Because it looks like you don't get a huge amount of motion on them. Basically, when I was, this one's probably the easiest one to look at. Is it this one? No, this one. So you've got this sort of stopper. I don't know if this is right, if this goes this way, or if this goes this way. I feel like it should go that way. Because I feel like this should be closing, excuse me, this should be opening and closing the port. And if it's on this side, that's doing fuck all. So I feel like it should be on this side. Let me know if you know. Bit of faffing on the wiring loom. That's now looking more like how it's probably meant to. Really annoyingly, I just had to get rid of this cable tie and I caught the frame with the bloody knife. Like I said, that's on, that's sort of in place. Clocks are on, wiring loom's connected. I'm just gonna change this switch gear over because, you know, I've gone through the effort of putting another loom in. I don't want to be using shit like this. So that's going to come off in a minute. Then I might see if I can find the switch gear for the other side and just see if we've got ignition. The neutral switch isn't attached. That's here. And I've got a feeling it's going to be a pain in the arse to do. I know doing the clutch is going to be a pain because you need to get to those bolts. So I probably should have done that beforehand, and getting to the cable was there. What a pain that's going to be. So I might try and do those little jobs, and then I think I'll call it there for this one. So let's get that done and see where we're at. Right, let me tell you something. If you ever build an engine, one of these engines, and then think, oh, I'll put the neutral sensor in later, don't. What a pain in the arse that was to get in. That's probably taken me an hour and a half of faffing around. Anyway, it's in. So I've just hooked up the battery, and I don't know, but there's no neutral light. So just gonna do some troubleshooting. Make sure that the wire that I've put in is good. So we're gonna do a continuity test. I've hooked it up. So we've got the end of the neutral wire, which is connected to the switch, and then we're earthing to the engine, which is essentially what the switch is doing. So I'm gonna set this to continuity. We've got a beep, so we've got a connection. And if I put it in gear, it should go out. Yeah. Put it back in gear, cool. So we know that that part of the loom is okay. That's the next section. I haven't looked at the wiring diagram. I know on the RGV, it goes into the ECU. I don't know if that's the case here, but as you can see, that's connected. No neutral light. I switched the bulb round. I know the bulbs work. So realistically, it's a case of seeing if we've got a signal coming through here, which isn't that clear because the wiring colours definitely change. Oh, actually, let's turn it off for a second. It just occurred to me that when I was rerouting all this wiring again, I haven't actually plugged this in. Let me quickly plug that in. Right, let's put that back in. Let's see if it's working now. No, still no neutral light. So, I think, actually, what have we got? Oh, they might not work because they need stuff connected. That looks like the brake light is on. Where is the switch that does the brake light? I kind of... Where is it? Where's my kill switch? Oh. There's some power valve movement then. Interesting. Ah, I wonder if side stand switch needs to be hooked up. Let's quickly plug that in just to see. No, that's not changed anything. Where did I put the kill switch? Oh, there. Nothing. Servo's doing something. So that must be the on position. Let's just test that off. On. Yeah. Okay. So it's not kill switch related. It's not ECU related or CDI. You don't seem to have high and low dip beam, but that might be because it wants a bulb in there. That definitely looks too bright. Let's just off. There's a brake switch there, which it's not the brake switch that's doing it. Okay, I think, because this is the original wiring, I say original, someone's botched about with, I think either the bulb's the wrong way around. Yeah, I reckon the bulb's the wrong way around. Let's quickly fix that. hot. Okay, so that, okay, so in this holder, it's not possible to get it the wrong way around. But it is quite cruddy in there. Let's, yeah, that's definitely not the brake light switch, is it? It wants to be the other filament. I think these two are the wrong way around. Not the nice, oh yeah, yeah. So interesting, but not surprised. That wiring format, they're all in different places. So maybe that's that issue. I might be able to pull them out, put them in the correct places, switch them back around. Yeah, let's come back to that. Put that back in for the minute. Then go back down there. So what can we do next? We need to know where this wire's going, really. Presuming, you know, that is the correct wire and there isn't another one that I've missed or something. Oh, by the way, who knows what's meant to go here? Because I think there's meant to be like some little posts, but I don't have any. I'm not quite sure. And I'm also not sure what that connects to, because so far I don't see any other wiring, but I might find it when I come across the rest of it. Maybe, who knows? I mean, that's not a standard connector anyway, is it? That's just some horrible spade that's been chucked on. What else we got down here? That's got to be coil. That's got to be coil. Does the horn work? Horn does not work. That's annoying. Oh no, we've got some life. That's going to need some attention. It might free up. Right. Neutral. So we know that's good. I need to go find a wiring diagram, don't I, really? Could it be... I mean, that... Is that a repair? Oh, no. No, that's... So that's that green wire. Well, that turquoisey wire. So I wonder if it's that one there. Let's do a continuity test between them, both ends. I don't know if that's going to be in shot or not. Right. Give me a balancing act. All right. Okay, so looks like it's that one. That's on that end of the loom. I want this end, which is that second one. Okay, so we've got continuity there. So that's good. And then the next part of that. So I guess we need to make sure because essentially this wire works as the earth. So there'd be another wire, which, looking at this, is a brown one. Should be the power. So let's see if we've got power to that. Let's change this round to volts. I want to say brown. Oh, there's another brown. No power on there. Yes, there's only two. Let's just check that theory. So that's a brown one as well. So red and black is red and black. Red and black. Red and black. That one there. So that's not power. Oh, gonna say, helps if I've got the ignition on. The ignition is on. It's just because I've unplugged the bloody thing. So oh, actually, let's unhook that and earth that to. I want a good earth. Let's do there. Right. So we said red and black should be 12 volts. Okay, we've got 10 volts at black, red and black. So let's plug that back in. Naturally, as I would have thought, nothing on that, the light blue one. And nothing at any of the brown ones. Small amount of voltage on blue, whatever that is. Probably oil light. Yeah, so the only one where we've got voltage is black. Yeah. Okay, let's continue the continuity test. Let's plug it in to here. Let's turn the ignition off. Hook that. Probe that into there. Set that back to continuity. And then we're expecting it to beep on the blue wire. Which it does not. Right, let's put that back in there. So we know that's good. Is it okay in this connector? It's quite fat for back probing really, but yeah, so that works. Okay, so it is getting the earth signal there. So we need to follow a power problem in. So from the brown wire, let's see if we can trace that back. It's going to be easier said than done. I can't tell if this is a good angle or not, or what you can see. Let's have a quick check. Let's give you a little step up. There we go. Right. Trace this brown wire. So brown, I want to know if it's maybe that one. It is. Okay, so when that then plugs in there, that's this one here. So now we need to trace where that then goes, which one would presume feeds multiple things. Let's plug that, put that bulb back in. Now we've tested that, we know that's all good. So we're looking at like a light brown. See, I don't think that's relevant. I think that's all separate. I'm gonna have to go and find the wiring diagram, because as far as I'm concerned, it's all part of this big loom here. That's an earth, which could probably do. Let's just make sure that's not it. No, it's not. That's not it. That's. Oh no, there we go. Typical. So my laziness of not connecting that earth was the problem. So there we go. That was 15 minutes of fault finding something that I should have just plugged in to begin with. But that's how it goes. I'll get that put on properly. I'm going to call it here for this one, I think. Yeah. I'll see you on the next one.